Hello, hello, hello. What is going on? What is happening? What's popping? Listen, hello. Hi. I am making sure that we are in the building on Facebook and on YouTube. Yes. And hey, we might even go live on Clubhouse for our Clubhouse people because we haven't been live on Clubhouse in a minute. And I just wanted to come on in and talk to you about the seasons changing. The seasons changing is now spring, child. We are springing into our bank accounts in a different way. We are springing into our visibility in a different way. And because I am the get seen and get paid guru, I believe that we have to. Like, why not? The world is waiting on you to become who you are, who they need, the answer to their prayers and the solution to their problems. Hey, it's just saying you're probably in my group, but this says, hey, 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 Facebook user. I don't know who this is, but hey. Yes, yes, yes. And you guys see me looking down because I am now working on setting up a Clubhouse room. I wasn't going to go live on Clubhouse, but guess what? We're going to go live on Clubhouse. We're just going to do it for the heck of it. Okay. So I want to tell you that in the power of getting seen and getting paid online, as you're springing into a different place and space inside of what it is that you're doing, you have to make some new connections. You have to make some new offers. You have to get on up because guess what? You can have the winter blues, but when it comes to your business, we cannot let that ruin our bank accounts, honey. So if you slept all through winter, it's okay, it's cool. If your business slept all through winter, it's okay, it's cool. But we are in a new season and we are doing things differently. So when it comes to just the power of getting paid, we got to make sure that we are stepping inside of something new. We have got to make sure we are up leveling what it is that we were created to do. And so as we look at this, as we look at who we are, look at why we are, look at what we're doing, then we have to make sure that we're doing it in a way that is going to change. Because in spring, we bring about changes. We bring about new things. There's a newness that needs to be had. There is something that is going to be standing out inside of you that is going to be different. Because as we look at the different seasons of business and we look at the different seasons of our lives and we look at different seasons on the calendar, we have to make sure that we are stepping inside of who exactly we have been called and cultivated and created to be. Who are you in this season of your life? What do you need to get out there to the people? What changes do you need to make? What things do you need to stay the same? What is it? And if you've not done the work to take the opportunity to look at that, now is the time to do it. Because just as the calendar changes to a new day and not only a new season, but honey, we're about to be in a new quarter. As that happens, we have to make sure that we are looking at who God has intended us to be in this season. And we have to look at why he is making that happen. So springing into getting seen and getting paid is more than a notion, like my grandma used to say, more than a notion. Getting seen and getting paid specifically online causes you to have to do some things. Sometimes you have to go live. Sometimes you have to do some reels. Sometimes you have to reach out to different magazines and different opportunities. You have to make a difference so that people can refer you and recommend you. You have to show up even when you don't feel like showing up. Hello? You got to do it because there's an opportunity for you to sow seeds of visibility. There's an opportunity for you to get in notion and get in movement, and you have to be able to do that. So we are going to go live on Clubhouse. Hello, 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 Clubhouse. What's going on? No replays on Clubhouse. So if y'all want to see this whole thing, welcome, welcome, welcome Clubhouse, welcome, welcome, welcome Facebook, welcome, welcome, welcome YouTube, wherever you are, we are making sure that we are getting some practical help. And I didn't even introduce myself. I just started preaching and teaching y'all. Listen, Okay, I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. I am known as the Click the Cash Queen, the Get Seen and Get Paid Guru. And I love, 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 love helping my clients who are subject matter experts, yes, experts, get the experience and expertise that they need into income, increasing income online. So somebody said, hey, ladies, they're probably in my group. Hey, group, hey, group, hey, Click the Cash Crew everywhere. We got Click the Cash Crew on Facebook, Click the Cash Crew on Instagram, Click the Cash Crew we have on Clubhouse and on Telegram, not Instagram, y'all. But God may be prophesying. I don't know. But yes, I want to talk to you guys about it. So if you are a notepad taker, hey Melanie, what's going on? Look, Melanie got the VIP seat. This is good. I'm not sure if Melanie is gonna be able to talk. I know sometimes Clubhouse pops you on them, but if you can, Mel, we might be calling on you. We are, I go live on Facebook and on YouTube. So everybody is hearing you. We are here. People are seeing me. But yes. So I love Melanie and her brand, and I'm so glad that she joined me because I've been kind of like MIA on my Clubhouse. I've been in Clubhouse and on Clubhouse, but MIA in the space. So I'm excited that she is here. But yes, so let's talk about some getting seen and getting paid strategies. The first strategy I want to talk to you all about today is really the opportunity to go ahead and get seen. Now, we're going to be having some PR because, as you know, I have about 25 years of experience in the PR space. And matter of fact, I just got printed in 2 publications today. So I want to make sure that you're getting seen and getting paid because, yes, I love all social media, but there are people who still pick up magazines, y'all. There are people who still read newspapers. There's people who need your help, need your expertise, need what you are bringing to the world, who may not have heard of Clubhouse, who may not have heard of Instagram, who may not have heard of TikTok or any of these things, believe it or not. But that does not mean that they're not valuable. That means that you have to be in the space. Like one of my good friends, Lucinda Cross, says, she is Googleicious. So yes, we have somebody saying, that's awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm patting my own stuff on back. Yes. My good friend Nina says, hey. So when it comes to getting seen in the magazines, one of the things you have to do is to make sure that you're reaching out to the editors. If there's a specific magazine that you've seen, specifically if I'm in it, because this is going to be with him. I actually posted my magazine feature on, and it's a digital magazine. I posted it on my social media. If I were you and I lived in the area, and they have subsidiaries too, but if I lived in the area, I'd be reaching out either to myself or the people who are at that magazine, because it literally is like you could click it and go to it. So that's what I would be doing. It's nothing wrong with not being shy. Shy people create shy money, and we are getting seen and getting paid. So we don't have time to be shy. What we are having time to do is to make sure that we are getting seen and getting paid. And so if you want to be part of any magazine, any publication, whether it be online or printed, which some magazines do have both, then you want to be able to go and look. The words that you want to see are editor. Who is the editor? Who is the writer? Who is the publisher? What are they doing? And if it's anybody else, like if you see somebody, not even myself, ask the question, like, how did you get featured? That's amazing. Everybody may not give you the information, but if you're a smart reporter and if you're a smart business owner, it's not hard to find. You have to do that. So that's one way you can do it. Another way is the season of getting seen on the big screen, honey. Go ahead and make sure that you are being pitched on television. I actually have a book. So if you want a book about how to step into getting on television, secrets that publicists would kill me for, okay, then I would go ahead and get that book, and I can make sure that you have that. So if you want that, just drop PR book on any way to connect with me, and I'll make sure you have that. But one of the biggest things that people overlook is the credibility of being on other people's platforms. Specifically, if I am in a space where I am going to be on CBS in Greensboro, North Carolina, That's still the same CBS all across the world, right? And so CBS is CBS. I have been on CBS, I've been on ABC, I've been on Fox. Yes, and amen. And so, because of that, people trust me. They see me as a credible expert because I've been able to know how to be on television. Because it's one thing to want to be on something, but it's a whole nother thing to actually be there. And so, as a credible expert, you want to be able to reach out to the different news stations. And yes, people still watch the TV. I am all about getting seen and getting paid online. Yes, I am. But guess what? When you are somebody who literally is getting seen and getting paid online, there's opportunity for you to get paid offline and get seen offline. And as we are looking at different things to do, I don't want you just to be hanging on the social media streets. I want you to leverage the social media that you do, like the gems that you drop, the podcast you're on, all these different things, and make sure that you're taking it to a place and space where you are being booked for your brilliance on television. Because I know some of us, like Melanie, I know she doesn't really watch television, but there are a lot of people who do. So therefore, if you're in a space to be seen on television, specifically on the news, because if you're anything like my family, they go to the news stations to get the credibility of what is being said. There are people who still watch the news stations every day. Every day. So you can be seen on there. And we're talking about building your following. We're talking about getting seen because I understand that visibility plus credibility equals cash. Again, visibility plus credibility equals cash. The more that you are visible, the more you become credible and the more money you make. And so if I'm going to be seen, I want to be seen on all platforms, not just on your social media, but I want to be seen offline too. I want to be seen in a way that I can leverage the big brands. CBS is a very big brand. ABC is a very big brand. Fox is a very big brand. When we're able to leverage these words, BT is another one I've been featured on. When we're able to be doing these things, then that adds credibility, and you're no longer just playing on the internet. You're playing in this big world that you have to be seen in, and it adds a different level of credibility. So, authors, speakers, coaches, experts, you have to take the opportunity to do some legwork. Either you're going to pay for it and hire a publicist, but you also can do it on your own. So taking the opportunity to do these things is very important so that you can be seen. That is the getting seen part. There are a lot of ways to get seen. Even another way that just popped in my mind I want to share, sponsoring people's events. Maybe somebody has an offline event that you want to sponsor. Well, if you don't want to host your own event, sponsor their event so that you can be seen in a way that's going to take it to the next level. Being seen on somebody else's event is important because it's going to give you the credibility that you need. They're seeing you. They're going to advertise you as part of that. They're going to advertise you as somebody who is invested in their event. They're going to advertise you, and you don't have to live in the same city. Okay, we are building big businesses. We're building businesses that are not just in the cities that we're in. So we have to look at this and understand this and be part of the mission that is moving so that we can look at what is happening and really take it to the next level. So that's 3 different ways that I've told you just today. The first way definitely is about being seen in magazines, being seen in the big screen, and being seen as a sponsor of an event. Not only does it help you to sow a seed in great ground, but it helps you to get your visibility of being somebody else's support system so that they can accomplish their dreams. Because maybe you don't want to have an event. So I know a lot of people who have events who are looking for sponsors. So if you want to do that, we can definitely talk about it. So those are the top 3 ways we're going to talk about today. I'm going to chime in with my good friend Mel here on Clubhouse if she has anything to add, because she's brilliant too, y'all. Y'all need to know her. So Mel, you have anything to add there? All right. I think she's listening in. So she's muted. So I just wanted to make sure she had her voice heard if she wanted to do that. So we're going to go on to getting paid. getting paid, getting paid, getting paid, getting paid. It's important to get seen and get paid. Notice I said get seen and get paid. So we're not just getting visible for the heck of it. We're not just getting on the news to say, oh, we were on the news. We're not just getting on flyers to say, oh, we were on the flyer. No, what in the world? We are getting seen and we are getting paid. So, yes, getting seen and getting paid, that is what we're doing. So getting paid is very important because we want to make sure that we are turning our visibility and our credibility into cash, you guys. Visibility plus credibility equals cash. And so what we are also doing is making sure that we know how to package this. So if we're getting seen, now's the time to get paid. And some of the different ways that you can get paid for your expertise, as we know, if you have the copy of the book, Click the Cash, honey, you know all 7. But we're just going to talk about a few today. So one of the greatest ways that you can be paid for your expertise is to literally be a coach or a consultant. In Click the Cash, we talk about coaching. Nina is here, and she was talking about the fact that she launched a coaching cohort. Yay, let's give it up to Nina. So that's also a way to get paid. If you know something, teach other people how to do it. Teach other people how to do it. And you don't have to do one-on-one coaching, you all. You can do group coaching. It could be something specific that you want to coach people in. So why not do a group coaching? Also, another one of my favorite ways is to do a class. Do a class, do a class, do a class. And speaking of classes, I want to talk to you about my free gift that I have for you all. Literally, it is my free FREE masterclass that I created because I know that visibility plus credibility equals cash. And I want to make sure that you are taking it to the next level with your visibility and you are getting seen and getting paid. Hello, hello, hello to everyone who is popping in, whether you be on Facebook, whether you be on YouTube, or whether you're here on Clubhouse as well. We are here and we are talking about let's spring into getting seen and getting paid because today is the first day of spring. So we want to make sure that you are catapulting your cash, you are maximizing your money, you're taking it to the next level. So go to workwithstevie.com. Again, workwithstevie.com so that you can make sure that you are really understanding what visibility is. Because I go deep and go like massively instructing you on what this is in this free masterclass. Like just because it's free, honey, does not mean it's not good. I'm giving you the goods, okay? So you want to make sure you are going to the place and space of getting this. So going to workwithstevie.com, you're going to be able to take it to the next level, and you're going to be able to learn what visibility is, learn what credibility is, and of course, we know what cash is. So if you're on Clubhouse, it's in the pinned link. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, then we have it here on the screen and in the comments for you. So I am super excited about this because this is going to tell you how to increase your visibility, how to do your credibility, because guess what? We are talking about the second way of increasing income online, which is a master class, right? So you can be an expert who tells us how to do something. Tell us how to have a class, a digital class. Tell us how to cook that amazing recipe you have. Tell us how to become the best usher. Who's giving usher classes, y'all? Not usher like the singer Usher. We're talking about usher in the church, right? We need to know how to be an usher. Somebody might want to know that because usher is an important role. So maybe you can shop at the churches and tell them, okay, I'm going to teach your ushers how to be a better usher. Okay, that's somebody needs to do that. Y'all know y'all were on the usher board. Don't even play. So one of the things I want to tell you about that is that you have the opportunity to really show up and show out in a master class. Yes, you have the opportunity to get paid for your knowledge, and don't overlook your knowledge. Side note, do not overlook your knowledge. A lot of times we have it where people feel like they don't know enough, right? They don't know enough, or everybody knows this. No, everybody does not. There are people who do not even know how to get on live. Some people don't know that, y'all. Do not overlook your knowledge. Understand that people want to know how to make their bank accounts grow. They want to know how to show up and show out and do the things that you've been called and cultivated to do. So as we become knowledgeable people, we have to understand that everybody does not have our knowledge. And that's why it's important to become a student of your industry. That is why it's important to be somebody who is always studying the greats. Who are the great people of your industry? That way you can be equipped and you can be on the cutting edge, and people may not know what you know. Like, this is very important information, y'all. Okay, look, I get excited about that because I love working with experts to really push them into sharing their expertise and experience. And even if you're like, okay, well, I have 20 years of experience in yo-yo, playing with a yo-yo. I don't know what they call it, but but you might think that's something people look over. But people love yo-yos. It's very calming. It's very like unique. You might be able to go to a yo-yo convention and sell your class. Like, I'm saying something really crazy and random so that you can get the picture, because there's nothing that is wasted, nothing that is lacking. Okay, so you have to step inside of who you are and really understand that to the height of who God has called and cultivated you to be. You have got to understand that He is simply taking you to the next level. You've got to understand that you need to go to workwithstevie.com. Okay. So one of the next things I want to talk to you about is one of my favorite things, and literally is virtual events. Oh my gosh. You don't have to be the expert of virtual events to have an expert level virtual event. You just don't have to be that. You can have a simple virtual event. Before I knew what a virtual event was, way back in the golden times, right? In the Stone Ages, when I started business, one of the things that I knew for sure was how to get on free conference call. We had virtual events on conference calls before the bells and whistles, before the Clubhouse, before any of these things. See, now I know some fancy software that I can utilize, but honey, understand and realize that I wasn't using that then. What I was using then was literally my phone. I was using my phone to make money. I was utilizing my phone to get visible. I was using my phone to build credibility. A lot of people have excuses on what they can do, and that is not increasing your income by having excuses. The more excuses you develop for your life, the less your income will increase. And that is the truth. The more excuses you have for your life, the less money you will make. You have got to start being vigilant and creative in what God has called you to do. You've got to stand up inside of who you are and get to the bag. Now, look, I start fussing up in here, but that's the truth. You've got to do it. So again, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, and we are on Clubhouse. Hello. I want to make sure that you all are understanding that it's time to spring into getting seen and getting paid. It is time to do that. If you have just joined us, welcome. I'm super excited to see you. I am excited about taking this spring and seeing how much money we can make. Oh my gosh. All you have to do is show up. The more you show up, the more you get into a repetitive thing, the more you get seen, the more you get paid. The more you get seen, the more you get paid. The more you get seen, hey, the more you get paid. The more you get seen, I'm doing this so you can get it edge in your head. Hey, the more you get seen, the more you get paid. The more you get seen, the more you get paid. And y'all gonna be going to bed thinking about that, because it's time to get seen and get paid. Playtime is over, like Cheryl Wood says. It's time for you to emerge into the amazing, incredible expert that you are. And because the more expertise you have, the more your income should be increased. So if you have been doing, a lot of times I ask people how long they've been doing what they've been doing. And people say, well, this amount of time, that amount of time, but before that I was doing this and that. Okay, don't say all that. What you need to say is the time when you first started really getting to the flow of what it is that you're doing. I don't care if you weren't getting paid for it. I don't care if it was at your job. You still were doing it. You still were stepping inside of that. You still were working that. You still were walking in the excellence of that. You still were doing it. So therefore, you are an expert in it. Okay. It is time for you to understand that you have been equipped, you've been called, you've been cultivated, you have been certified. Many of y'all, whether it be in a school, whether it be online, whatever, some of y'all have certifications upon certifications upon certifications upon certifications, and you're sitting on it, doing nothing. What in the world? Why would you want to go through all that and still not make money from it? The biggest thing that's being the obstacle in you, y'all, I'm not even trying to fuss, but it it literally is you. You are the obstacle in that because you've not figured out how incredibly amazing you are. You are sitting here paying coach after coach and guru after guru and person after person, which is cool. Like, I want to get paid. I appreciate all my clients. I'm not saying that, but it's time for you to implement because there's nothing coming out of what's going in. And we know what happens to our bodies if nothing comes out after we put all the stuff in, it's going to get you sick. Your bank account is sick because you're putting all the stuff inside of your brain and nothing is coming. You're not selling anything. You're not making any offers. You're not doing anything. You're sitting on your laurels and then you get frustrated and upset because we have not bought it. Well, honey, I can't buy it if I don't know what it is. Okay, so so it's time for your bank account to go from the winter blues to getting spring and beautiful and fresh and new and all the things. That's why they're saying that spring is just the season, honey. It's the newness for me. So we have to get into that space and we have to understand that because your business is waiting for you to emerge. Emerge. You've been the chrysalis way too long, sis. Bro, you've been in your chrysalis way too long. It's time for you to step up, stand out, get paid, get seen, and stop playing these silly games with yourself. Because at the end of the day, you know, the only person who can really, 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 really be in a place and space of accountability with you is you. Because you can tell me, you could say, Dr. Stevie, I was doing this, and this. I have ways to find out if you're doing it. If you get visible, we see results. You don't have to tell me how much you're getting paid. Now, getting paid is a little bit, you can keep that a little bit covert because I'm not going to necessarily look in your bank account. But honey, I know how to see if you're getting seen. If you're not getting seen, that is evident for all of us. Okay? So if I went to your social media and you're telling me you're the expert in this, you tell me you showed up in that, your social media should be indicative and reflective of that. And if it's not, we understand that you're not tapping into the formula of visibility plus credibility equals cash. Visibility plus credibility equals cash. Visibility plus credibility equals cash. The more that you're visible, which is being seen, the more you become credible, know, like, and trust factor, the more you get paid. Visibility plus credibility equals cash. Visibility plus credibility equals cash. The more that you are seen, the more you get paid. It all works together. The more you get seen, the more you get paid. It all works together. So we have to make sure that we are looking at what it is that we're doing. So just to recap real quick, reset, that's what they call it on Clubhouse, which we are on Clubhouse, we are on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. So hello. Yes, I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. I'm super excited to be talking to y'all today. A little bit of fussing, a little bit of realness, a little bit of strength, a little bit of education is what you're getting in here. But it's all love. What I want to tell you to do is to make sure you go to workwithstevie.com. Again, workwithstevie.com, where you can have access to my free masterclass that's going to teach you how to increase your visibility and credibility online so that you can increase that cash, okay? It's going to tell you the art of being seen. The art of people seeing you is what's going to make you visible. Then you take that credibility, which a lot of people may label themselves as the best kept secrets. Like, you literally got the sauce, but nobody knows about it. You literally are the best thing since sliced bread. Nobody knows about it. Okay. Well, if we know that you are very credible and you have no visibility, child, you're not getting paid. So the best way to examine that is literally to look inside of your bank account, your bank account, your bank account, see how many zeros are in there, and see how many zeros you want to be in there. So if you see $10 and you want $1,000,000, I promise you that the more visible you are, the more credible you become and the more cash you make. The more visible you are, the more credible you become and the more cash you make. That's why your girl was featured in 2 different publications on today and more coming and more last week. That's why you see me on a lot of flyers. That's why, because I had to spend the time getting visible. People now trust me on a different level. People reaching out on a different level. And now I'm making money on a different level. So as they say, as the young folks say, I had to get it out the mud. I had to get it out the mud and do the things I need to do so that I can grow to the next level. So I am here to empower, inspire, educate, and motivate you. I am here to do it all. I empower you by giving you this swift, nice little kick in the tail. I inspire you by telling you, honey, I've been there too, where I did not want to get visible, child, where I did not want to be seen. Okay. I actually was the one who wanted to blend in. I did not want to stand out. I wanted to blend in, believe it or not. I didn't want anybody to know me. Don't say my name. I wanted my name to be something else because Stevie was standing out. My parents knew I would stand out, but I wanted to be somebody who was hidden. It just did not work. So I understand. I'm here to inspire you. So we talked about empower, inspire, educate, honey. I'm going to tell you the education I have. I'm going to tell you what I know, not only what I've known in the 25 years that I've had public relations experience and getting seen, not only what I know in the almost 14 years I've been an entrepreneur, but also these life lessons, these things that I've had to grow through, these things that I had to really, really, really have to like get it out the mud. Really, honestly, the fact that I've been evicted, the fact that I've been had my car repossessed, the fact that I've gone through an identity crisis, the fact that I've gone through all types of grief, all types of breakups, all honey, all that. That is what is here to inspire you. So empower, inspire, educate, educate, educate. That's what we talked about. And motivate. I am a big motivator. They call me cheerleader for Jesus. That's what one of my friends said. Because, honey, I never was a real cheerleader in school, but I will cheer you on to success. What I tell people is that I am not a handholder by any means, but I got your back. I got your back. We're going to push, 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 push so that you can get seen and get paid because it's too many amazing, brilliant people not doing it. It's too many amazing, brilliant people who literally are doing what I say, sitting on gold mine, starving to death. It's too many people who know all the gems in the world on Clubhouse and on Facebook and on YouTube who are not utilizing it to really grow their own bank accounts. They're just sharing stuff. That's cool. But sharing and get paid. Okay. So I want to invite my good sis. Don't know if she's able to come on up, but she came in Clubhouse. I wanted to have her come up if she can. She may be busy. So Asha's in the building. Hey, Asha.
Hey, I just came to support. Whenever I see your name, I know it's gems dropping. I said, let me go get my notebook. Let me see what I can get because I know you're talking about something good. So I'm just here to support and to listen. Because as you're talking about being hidden, and I can't even imagine if you had have stayed in that space. So I'm so grateful that you overcame that because, you know, the world needs you. The world has need of your light and you light other people's lights. And so I'm so grateful for you. I'm glad to be listening. I found my notebook, so I'm here to take notes.
Yay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I am super excited because listen, we need people like you. Like I love and Asha because I spend a lot of time with Asha on this app called Clubhouse, y'all. I love her story. I love who she is, and I think it's very important that everybody knows. And I feel like that about a lot of people. I feel like you all need to let the world know who you are And because God has blessed me with the opportunity and the education, not only to really know how to package and leverage people, but also like He blessed me with a personality to be like, hey, that's not what we're going to do. We are going to go out here, and if you don't want to get visible by yourself, child, listen, we're going to get visible together. Because it does take a lot. And I appreciate what Asha said. Thank you, Asha, because y'all, I was like, I do not want to be seen. This is exercise for me every day to get in front of people. I'm better at it now. I'm better at it because I've had to grow through that. I know why God placed me in this earth to do that. But when I was younger, yeah, I did not want to do it. I wanted to blend in. I wanted to be like everybody else. And I never was. So therefore, a lot of time in business was spent getting it wrong because I was trying to fit into a mold. I actually, one of the publications that will be coming out, actually wrote about that. I was like, I try to fit into this mold, and the biggest lesson that I learned in business is if there was one right way to run your business, there would not be a need for any of the hamburger restaurants we have. There would not be a need for no McDonald's, no Burger King, even your high-end restaurants, which we call steak, the same meat, comes from the same animal. There will not be any need for that. But when you take the knowledge and the expertise and experience that you have and really run it to the next level, you become the greatest version of you. And that's what people fall in love with. Because guess what? There are other people who do what you do. You have to rock your it factor to the fullest. I don't teach PR like everybody else teaches PR. I don't even teach money like everybody else teaches money. But I have to understand and learn that, like the Bible says, your sheep know your voice. Yes. Everybody's not going to get with this loud Southern girl. I know that I'm loud. I know I'm very Southern. Everybody's not going to get with that. But the people who do, they rock hard. And so we got to understand that. And we have to get visible in the opportunity, because guess what? Visibility allows people to see God's greatness that He placed in you. If you're somebody who has to just be hidden, and I have a brand called No More Hidden Figures. Not only for Hidden Figures that you need to be visible, your bank account needs to be growing too. You've got to get out here and you've got to be a visual representation. So my thing is, let's get into the place and space of you being the best version of you so that people can learn from you. We are not here to just learn from any and everybody. There are people out here, we don't know what their moral compass is. We don't know what they are birthed on, reading, whatever. We don't know what we're walking into, but we are paying them because guess what? They're visible. And they're telling you, you can pay me here. They're telling it to you. But you are the greatest version. You're the one God has placed in this earth to really deliver His message to the people. But we can't pay you because we don't know what your link is. We don't know how to pay you. You just in here saying this great stuff, and you're not telling people how to even connect with you. One of my great, I call her sister coach, Sharia Vision Avant, she says you should always be collecting coins or contacts. Yes and amen. You should be. That's why I have my link here, workwithstevie.com, because I'm telling you that I am somebody who you can connect with to get seen and get paid online. I'm not going to tell you everything I know and then leave you like that. Why would I do that? When I know who I am, I know that I'm a viable and valuable resource in this world. You should know that too. That's why one of the things that I'm doing, I'm very excited about, you all, is I'm about to get a certification in mental health, because I understand that the whole thing with people getting seen and getting paid, there's more to it than just showing up. There's some stuff that is behind you that you had to overcome that is blocking you from getting seen and getting paid. Yes, I can teach you the strategies all day long, but we don't get real with the get down and understand that you were through this, whatever. That's why I put, God has instructed me to put all my business out there. That's why you go through my books, you go through my pages, it's all out there. I don't have any secrets. That's because He has instructed me to do that. But everybody is not there at that level. But if I tell somebody, okay, get seen and get paid, and we get you to the point where you are literally like the old folks, now it's like reality, the blogs. They call it the blogs. Back then when I was little, they called it the tabloids. When I get you out here and tell you to go to a space and place of getting seen and getting paid, that you are just taking it to the next level, you're doing the daggone thing, but then you're scared that your secret gonna come out. You're not going to get seen and get paid because you have not forgiven yourself or whoever else. You have not gone to the place and space of what it is that you need to grow from and overcome. You've not done that. So I am literally going to be connecting to a Christian, because that's why I'm Christian mental health certification program so that I can help you better. That is what I'm about to embark on, because I understand that there's principalities that we have to follow. There are things that we're fighting against is more than just getting seen and getting paid. So that's what is going to unlock a whole generation. And y'all keep me in prayer, because the enemy ain't going to be happy with that. Y'all know that. Y'all know the enemy is not going to be happy with that. The fact that I'm unlocking this for you, not only in your bank accounts, in your mindset, too. That's huge. Do you understand who you can become when your mindset and your bank account becomes unlocked? Do you understand what depths you will run to and what things you will just really soar and see? Do you understand how you can change the world with who you are just by showing up fully in who you are and understanding that this is going to be the step that you need to take to really embark on who God has called and cultivated and created you to be? Do you understand that the mental things, because we understand battlefield of the mind, the mental things that's going to happen when you unbreak and unleash, this is a whole different level, y'all. And I'm like, when it came the opportunity for it, I was like, whew, Jesus, whew, Lord. I never thought this would happen. I never thought this mental health, nothing would be attached to me like that. But I knew that God was telling me to go forth with it and to do it. So listen, I'm just telling y'all what I know. I'm telling you that this is the time to dig deeper. I'm telling you that if God has told you some things that you need to do, honey, you need to run with it, because your money, the unlocking the hidden figures, is on the other side of you unlocking who you are fully in 2023. Because who I was in 2022 prior to my father passing away is not who I am now. I'm not that person. I've been changed because of the circumstances in my life changing me. The mental things I've had to grow through, the spiritual things I had to grow through. I've changed emotionally. I'm not that person. So you have to look at who you were, who you are, who you're going to be on a deeper level so that you can take it to the next level and you really can impact not only the world, but yourself first. You have to understand that you can change lives, but you got to start with your own. You can't tell the people to do something you're not doing. So you have to go deep and go through and go above and beyond what the call of duty is so that you can do it. If you know you've been playing small, I'm not going to fuss at you for playing small, because that's not what it's about. What I'm going to do is probably get with you and see why in the world you've been playing small, because it's for a bigger purpose. It's not just because you want to play small. So y'all might be afraid of me. We're going to get you sick. We're going to get you saved. We're going to get you healed. We're going to get you some money at the end of the day. So, Asha, you have any last words? We're about to get on out of here.
No, I love that. I think you're absolutely accurate, that it's all connected. And I think that that's one of the amazing things about who you are. You really want to help people, right? And so it's one thing to say, oh, I'm going to help you get money, and then you're just getting money. But you want people to be completely well when they're getting it. You want them to be whole and healed and happy in the process of it, because that's sustainability. And that is such a beautiful thing. I love to hear it. I pray that, click the link. Follow, participate. Listen, one thing about Stevie, she gonna do. And I love that about you. So I'm glad to hear about your next endeavor. I know God is in it, and I know that more lives are going to be changed just by you being obedient to that. So yeah, I'm here for it. I give my mic.
Thank you. Before you yield, girl, I want you to tell people who you are and what you did, please.
Oh, yes. I am Asha J. Watson. I relate to your story so much. I'm Asha J. Watson. I was the girl that got talked too much on all my report cards. I didn't fit in. I was peculiar and awkward and all kind of other things, and I wanted to hide as well. But God told me to use my voice, to use my life, and to use my story to attract the people that He's trying to reach. And so I help others unlock their voices so that they can communicate effectively and attract the people that they are called to as well. because this hidden light thing is not serving anybody. It's actually a fire hazard, right? If you take a light and you hide it under a bushel or you put it under something, it can actually cause damage to the light and to everything around it. And so we have to stop hiding who God calls us to be, because we're creating broken people and broken things. We're doing damage around us by not speaking up. So it's time to use our voices, get visible, connect with Stevie, tell your story, put it all out there, because God has use of all of it. And I love to hear it. If you're interested in learning how to tell your story effectively, DM me story, and I'd love to connect with you. But I'm here to support, and I know you're in great hands with Stevie. I trust, I've seen your consistency before Clubhouse was even a thing. We were in another group together, and one thing that I love is people are going to show up consistent. I mean, you're one of the most consistent people I've seen in business, especially women in entrepreneurship, and I love to see it. I know that creates a safe space for people to get what they need from you, because you're not going to just be here one day and disappear the next, and that's powerful, especially in this market with these pop-up gurus and gurus. You've been around. You have been true to this, and this is a part of who you are. So I love that about you, and I yield my mic.
Thank you for being here. Yes, girl, we're gonna have to do some work together this year. Because it's time to really deliver some folks. I don't know why the Lord got me sounding real. I feel like Fitz, a mutual friend of hers.
You guys don't quench it. Don't put it under the fire. Let it go. You're right. It's about deliverance. It's not just about. I think we're at a place where it's not just about one thing. He wants us whole. And people think that we have to compartmentalize, that we can't have everything. But the word of God says that we can. And so if we really, really tap into our birthright, then nothing is off limits to us. Abundance is ours. And so the idea of people getting past these money mentalities and getting over trauma and getting healed for things, that's because there's territory that we have to take over. We watch the government shut the world down on the drop of a dime. And that was the biggest social experiment ever conducted. Well, not the biggest, but one of the largest social experiments in our lifetime. And the data that they collected from that, and now we've got AI and all this other kind of stuff. If the body of Christ doesn't wise up, it'll be a bad situation for us. So we have to be the solution. We have to be the ones with the information. Dr. Stevie got so much information, so much wisdom, and she's sharing it with us. You know how many people know the stuff that you know and don't tell other people because they want to be the one in front, but you're sharing it? How foolish will we be not to tap into that? That's complete foolishness. We're reading through the book of Proverbs together every morning, and it talks about things that are foolish behavior. Not tapping in is foolish behavior, and we have to get past that because there's too much to do. You're right. Let it out, because it's ministry and it's money all wrapped in one, and it's time for us to do both. And I yield my mic.
Amen. It is. It's time for us to do both, y'all. Listen, it's higher level season, and people are going to, if you are someone who is a Christian, praise the Lord, then it is time for you to act like a Christian in this marketplace. I think that we try to really overcome and be covert on this Christ mission. But right now, it's not time for the covertness. It's like be hot or be cold. And that is really the truth. And if you don't get into the place and space of where you're going to be hot or cold, and that does not mean perfect, because I am not by any means perfect. I have a lot of faults. I do a lot of things, but I have a true relationship with the Lord, and it's evident. I'm going to tell you what the Lord said. I'm going to tell you what I am. I'm going to tell you how I do things, and I'm going to help more people to be delivered through this time, because now we're going to get to the root of what is. It's funny. My grandmother prophesied. She's been passed away. My father's mother for many, many years. But when I was growing up, she said, Stevie's going to be a preacher. And I was like, what? I was like 3 years old, y'all. But there's some things that are happening that literally are coming to that point. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I can't hide. I personally cannot hide under the guise of business anymore, because it's not business as usual. I don't even want to be in business as usual. That's just not cool. It's not something that I want to hang my hat on, because I think there's a lot of broken constructs in business. There are a lot of things that are done wrong in business. There are a lot of things that are done because people are using some, like I should have said, some foolish stuff to really get to the point. But we're about to use some foolishly wise things, because we know that we need to confound in this time. We know that we need to stand up in this time. We understand that we are influencers by the act of influence. And so we are going to take it to the next level. We are not going to be afraid of what men say, because guess what? At the end of the day, if, of course, people gonna buy our products and services, but if they didn't, God is our provider. I love y'all. I love y'all to life. But if you don't buy anything from me, it doesn't mean I'm gonna be broke. Let that breathe, like D Nice says. Okay, so so it doesn't mean I'm gonna be broke. It means that God is gonna still provide. And if I'm going to be shut down, or anybody's gonna be shut down for what they believe, then I'm gonna believe on the side of God, so that I can be still covered by Him and His grace and mercy. So that's what I got to say today, you all. Love, love, love you. I'm so glad that we've had this time together in this space. This has been amazing. It is definitely on the hearts and minds of those who came by. I didn't leave the replays on Clubhouse, but if you're connected on Facebook or YouTube, definitely share it out. Definitely send it out. Maybe somebody needs to hear this. Maybe they need to be unafraid and unapologetic about who they are in Christ, because this today, yes, we talked about getting seen. Yes, we talked about getting paid. But most importantly, we talked about getting real. Real, REAL, not just the reels that we see on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, so we have to make sure that we're taking it to the next level. So I always end everything I do literally the same way. Make it a great day. Don't have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you. And yes, you too have the power to do so. Thank you so much for each and every person who has joined. Definitely going to work with Stevie.com. Let's go ahead and take it to the top. Hugs and love.